Since work has been really hectic lately, Caleb brings me to the new immersive game center in Skyhaven to distress.
Welcome to Fantasia Dimension. You have a reservation?
As soon as we enter the building, a small robot wearing a mechanical helmet eagerly greets us.
Yeah, we have one for boyfriend.
Processing. Identity confirmed. Please follow me. This game has saved punctuality. The premise is that you'll be playing as test subjects who escaped from a laboratory. You need to avoid being captured and find your paradise in the vast expanse of space.
Caleb, are you sure a game like this will help me relax?
Let's see how it goes. If you don't like it, we can always try something else.
The setup here looks realistic. I hope the immersion doesn't extend to simulating zero gravity.
I can hold your hand while we moonwalk.
Aren't we just gliding back though? That's not really impressive, especially with your evil.
And now you're dragging your feet. Do you want me to send you to the moon?
My feet are lifted ever so slightly off the ground. It looks like I'm walking on my tiptoes and actually moonwalking. Caleb!
I'm just helping you get used to different G-forces at a time.
Caleb guides me forward with a hand on my shoulder as I float into the immersive gaming chamber.
The thrilling voice reading is about to begin. Escaping. Please put on your powered exoskeleton.
Looks like they combined the mecha aesthetic with flight suits. The devs really put a lot of effort into the details.
Caleb helped me. With some difficulty, I managed to poke my head through the powered exoskeleton. I'm unable to reach the connectors on the back. Caleb assists me with ease.
You still know how to boss me around.
His hand finds its way to my head and gently ruffles my hair.
I won't let everything go your way, though.
Determined to get back at him, I stand on my tiptoes, but he blocks me with one hand while using the other to secure my helmet.
Your reaction speed needs work. Let me show you.
Before I can react, he puts an airplane sticker on my arm. It's a cute addition that sticks out like a sore thumb with a heavy-duty powered exoskeleton.
The introduction said we might run into unexpected situations during our escape.
He turns to face me and reveals his arm. He had placed an identical airplane sticker on it.
At least our captors know we're a set once they see these markers. We can't let ourselves be separated, you know.
He moves closer so his arm is next to mine. The two airplane stickers are side by side.
The spacecraft is ready. Come on, Captain. Let's find our new paradise.
We take our seats in the simulated cockpit of the spacecraft. The holograph displays before us monitor various parts of the vessel.
Flight 2016 is now active. Please complete the final pre-flight preparation.
Take a deep breath and hold on tight. We're about to take off.
Caleb activates each system one by one. Soon an intense sensation of weightlessness hits me, and I press myself against the seat. Is this what it feels like to fly in space?
Not really. It doesn't usually involve sitting next to someone who's nervous and taking deep breaths. Or people chasing after you.
I turn to look at where Caleb is pointing. A fleet of fighter aircraft is behind us. They're closing in fast.
Relax. The story of our escape isn't going to end before it can begin.
Watch out for those homing lasers. They're at our 8 o'clock and 11 o'clock.
Sit tight.
His hands move expertly across the control panel. He leaves the pursuing aircraft in our wake and causes them to explode one after another. I only let out a sigh of relief when the last aircraft vanishes from sight.
We're safe for now. So, which planet should we start with as we search for paradise?
The holograph display shows a star map with coordinates marked for the nearest planets. The intro said we had 24 planets to explore. Is there one you'd like to visit first?
I'm fine with any of them.
You're being evasive again.
Since when? Look, I don't care where paradise is. The person who will accompany me to that place is what matters.
progress has been saved. Thank you for visiting. We look forward to seeing you again. Every escape is a unique experience. Once you beat the game, your game records will be archived and sent to you both. You can revisit them at any time, anywhere.
After playing for several days, Caleb and I explored more than half of the 24 planets. That was close. At least we managed to repair our spacecraft in time.
Isn't a close call more exciting, though?
Of course, but I wish I petted that cute, fluffy animal that from Terra Lucida. It was the one with long, pointy ears.
Solving that problem is easy. Follow me.
On the other side of the gaming center is a bright, spacious area. The display window is filled with plushy versions of the alien creatures we encountered in the game. I see the one with the pointy ears.
It's a flame thing.
Caleb laughs and points to the description on the
Do you see
display.
anything else you like? Grab as many as you want.
I make a beeline for what I want, take the Flame Fang plushie and wave it in front of Caleb. The real thing is even cuter.
Okay, but I'm pretty sure this munchkin kept trying to steal our protocore energy while we were fixing the spaceship.
And it even feels exactly like you'd expect here. Caleb playfully squeezes the Flame Fang plushie.
You're right. Its ears are the best part.
Yeah, it's hard not to play with them. Something is placed on my ears. In the mirror, I see I'm wearing an accessory with fluffy pointed ears. The person responsible for this stands behind me. His reflection reveals the mischievous glint in his eyes.
Haven't you checked the game's bestiary? Flame things are social creatures. One isn't good enough. Unless you become one of them yourself.
Really? But we only have 2 flame fangs, which isn't enough to be considered a group, unless... I quickly grab another pair of the same ear accessory and put it on Caleb. Don't you know the saying, two's company, three's a crowd?
Okay, I'll join you guys. But the bestiary also says that flame things show affection by stroking each other's pointy ears. I already petted the one you were holding, which means you should welcome the newest member of our group, right?
I barely raise my hand when Caleb leans down to bring his ears closer. The soft fluffy texture I feel stirs a gentle warmth in my heart.
This really is a nice way to show affection.
Shouldn't you return the favor?
Of course. But let's go somewhere quiet first. I like to take my time when I show my affection.
He picks up another flame fang, which is in a different color, then he gives it to me. 3 isn't enough? Are we building a colony now? Caleb gestures at the 2 flame fangs in my hands, before pointing to me and himself.
In pairs we stay, so none drift away.
After exploring the final planet, we return to our spacecraft and activate the holographic display. All 24 planets are now illuminated on the map, but each bears traces of our journey together. Can't believe we visited so many
You were
places.
skeptical at first, but now you want to keep going.
Caleb, does the fleet encounter these many dangers and surprises when patrolling the deep space tunnel?
It's actually uneventful most of the time. You can even say it's a little boring. But escaping is different from patrolling, especially when we're doing it.
While it might seem sad for people on the run, the experience they get along the way has its own special meaning. I opened the storage box to find the souvenirs we collected from different planets. For example, these items might just be pieces of data to others, but for us, each one is a precious memory. Caleb taps on a glowing transparent crystal. We found it on a planet called Crystal Chrome.
This primordial crystal is unique to crystal powers. It can absorb and preserve one's consciousness for long periods of time. Many individuals use it to record important information.
I touch the crystal. It vibrates slightly and its glow intensifies. I almost feel like it's responding to my presence. Consciousness, huh? I guess it can preserve memories?
It can do more than that.
He places his hand over mine and the crystal's luminescence begins to pulsate.
Beyond our thoughts, even our breaths and heartbeats at this moment can become part of the memory.
Didn't they say our save file would be sealed and sent to us? Then whatever we record here, only we can look at it. Is there anything you'd like to record?
I do have a confession to make. Last weekend, I saw you asleep on the couch once I was home. I secretly took a picture of you.
So it was you. I thought I was dreaming when I heard a shudder.
You were asleep, but it seemed like something was troubling you. And when I asked about it, you just laughed. You even said it'd be nice if you could just run away from the world and go somewhere else.
As my heart races, the crystal's light pulsates more quickly in response. So that's why you brought me here.
The world isn't limited to what's right in front of us. There are countless places among the stars. If you're not happy here, then we can run away and go somewhere else. We'll find a paradise that belongs to us.
The emotions in his unwavering gaze are clear, and the crystal's light pulses with my quickened heartbeat. You never told me about these things before.
I think I should share some of them with you now. Our in-game escape might be over, but maybe it'll become reality one day. When that time comes, I need you by my side.
I look into his eyes. Then don't stay away from me for too long. When that future arrives, want to board a spaceship with you for our escape.
It's my promise to you.
I can't tell if you're being honest when you just use words.
I'll prove it another way then.
He covers my eyes with his hand. Suddenly, all I can feel is the soft sensation on my forehead and the sound of our breathing.
Our promise has been recorded.
He pulls back his hand and my vision returns. The crystal's light starts to pulsate with the same rhythm as my heart. The frequency is captured in the crystal, the rippling patterns frozen in time like an insect in amber.
Alrighty. So, have you decided where our paradise is, my dear captain?
I smile and take his hand. I point at the blue planet in the corner of the holographic map. Paradise is a place we can call home.
Get ready then. It's time to go home.